Welcome, everyone. I'd like to welcome you today to the Veterans Real Estate Radio Show. And today we have a fantastic guest. Her name is Betty Kerr from the Yucca Valley, Palm Springs area. And I'm so excited to have you here with us today, Betty. Could you please start by telling us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up in real estate?
Well, Deborah, first of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to be here and to be able to help support and make a difference in our veterans' lives. So I appreciate you having me here on the show. Well, my name is Betty Kerr, and I've been a realtor now for about a little over 25 years. I was a single parent, and I needed a job where I can support my son and also be able to spend more time with him. He's now 42 years old, and he's a Navy veteran. And I have a beautiful daughter-in-law, Michelle, who is also a Navy veteran.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
so I know that you personally have been helping vets and working with vets for years. What type of projects have you been part of?
Well, I'm actually still a part of all of them. The COVID's kind of slowed back things, but I'm also part of the Homes for Heroes program, which is a nonprofit related program for veterans where I donate part of my commission back. It's called a Circle of Giving. So, and I also have volunteered with the DAV, which I drive the van with the veterans down to the Veterans Hospital to get their medical services done, and that's all on a volunteer basis. And I also had I get a little emotional, but Dakota, who I miss very much, she was my therapy dog. I actually found her running down the highway, and she was injured, and I ran some ads, couldn't find a home, ended up keeping her, and I made her a therapy dog, which we took down to the VA hospitals 4 or 5 times a year. And we used to give out goodie bags to all the veterans. And I also took her to some dementia hospitals a lot of times and let her visit with the dementia patients.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh my gosh. So then did you also drive vets to their appointments? Was that part of the program that you were talking about?
Yes, that was the DAV. It's a Disabled American Veteran. They provide the van. Our local dealer here donated the van to the organization, and they look for veterans to take them down, and it's an all day. So I considered that my days off from real estate, but I really enjoyed it. I love to hear the stories that a lot of the veterans, men and women, told me about their time while they were in service and you know, how they miss their comrades and stuff. So it was a blessing, and I learned a lot from them.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, as far as I know that we have one of the largest population of vets, I think in the entire United States is in Southern California. And do you know what percentage of the veterans have actually used their VA benefits, their VA loans to buy homes with?
Well, you know, the last data that I had, which was some time ago, I found out, and I was surprised, that less than 12% in the countries, and we have over 24 million veterans that are not currently using their VA benefits. They don't know about it, or they don't remember, you know, in all the meetings that they attend that they're, you know, you have this and this benefit. So a lot of them don't know that they have the benefits that they have.
And what would you say is one of the best things about the VA loan?
I'll tell you, the VA loan makes it easier for veterans to obtain financing and purchasing a home. It, you know, offers the borrowers a number of key benefits, and just a few of them is it's a no down payment requirement. They can actually get in a home with no money down, and they have a lower interest rates, and they also have the ability to borrow as much as 100% of the home's value. So they get in with no money down, a low interest rate, and they get 100% financing, which is pretty awesome.
That's amazing. That's amazing when you compare the VA loan with other conventional or even FHA loans where people have mortgage insurance, because now with the VA loan, the vets don't have mortgage insurance, do they?
No, they do not. That's one thing the government does protect our government, the veterans, they do not pay that, which is a high price if they did.
Right. No, exactly. So now what about the process? Like if someone were to contact you, do you feel like the process is fairly simple?
Deborah, yes, it is. I'll say yes, it is, and say it with confidence. It's a very easy process.
And then if they were to contact you, Betty, or another certified VA agent, are they helped all along the way, or what is the actual process as far as what happens?
That's a great question. And the answer is yes. I actually have a written guide that I give out to my veteran clients. And I discuss every process, like this is going to happen. And I tell them, okay, now that this has happened, this is what's going to happen next. And at any time they have a question, they don't contact an assistant. They don't contact somebody else on my team. They contact me directly so that they know I'm not just having them as a person or a number, that they have my full attention throughout the whole process. And even after it closes, I get a lot of questions from the veterans, and you have to be there the whole time and guide them.
That's amazing, Betty. And I know you have so many clients that are so grateful that you were their agent, honestly speaking. So I know how good you are at your job. Can you tell us any stories or about a vet that's maybe purchased a home or that type of thing?
Well, I'll tell you, there's one that comes to mind, and I hold them dearly in my heart. I'm sorry, I get a little emotional. They're almost like my own kids. They contacted me. They were moving from another state to California, and they contacted me for a rental. They were looking for a place to rent because he was getting transferred to the 29 Palms Marine Corps base. And I said, well, for that much rent in our area, have you ever considered purchasing a home? Because at that much rent, you can actually purchase a home with no money down, and we could get the seller to pay your closing costs. And they go, well, do you think we can buy a house? And I said, absolutely. So we got them qualified. They purchased a home, lived there for the 3 years that they were here. And at the end, they contacted me and said, Miss Kerr, we got to sell our home. We're getting transferred again, which happens a lot with military.
Right.
But instead of walking away with the $1,300 security deposit in their pocket, they walked away with equity from their home, which was over $15,000. And so they were very grateful that they bought a home instead of renting. And they've actually moved back to California and purchased another home through me, and they've also referred me a few clients. So they walked away with equity in a home that they didn't know that they can buy. So that's
amazing, Betty. Oh my gosh. And
Yeah.
then during the 3 years when they were living in the home, didn't they also get tax benefits they wouldn't have had while they were renting?
Absolutely. And that's a lot of times people don't realize, even if they pay, say, $1,400 in a mortgage, and they say, well, we want to only pay $1,300 in rent. I always tell them to get with their accountant or a CPA and discuss the benefits of being a homeowner, of having home ownership versus renting. And sometimes for what they're going to be here, it does, it's better for somebody to rent, but 99.9% of the time, it's going to be better for them to buy.
So then based on what you're saying, then you always would recommend home ownership versus renting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's on a case-by-case basis. I sit down and discuss, their needs and their goals and how long they're going to be here. And then we go from there.
That's amazing. It's also so surprising that this amazing loan, which personally, I think it's the best loan on the market, and now they've taken the cap off. So, I mean, it's pretty much unlimited as far as sales price goes, but there's so many veterans haven't taken advantage of it, just because I think they just don't know about it.
And that's it, Debbie. They just don't know that. They've told me, like, you think I could buy a house? Like, they're confused. They have like confusion on their face. You mean I can actually own a home? And it makes them feel good when they're homeowners. I mean, they call me and they show me what they've decorated. They show me their yard. They have pets with a yard, and they don't have to worry about having to move because the owner's deciding to sell their property. So it makes them feel good. You know,
Yeah.
the dream is
So that's what'd you say?
It's the American dream to want to own a home. So if you could get a young couple into a home instead of renting, it really makes them feel some accomplishment.
No, I totally agree with you, Betty. And the main thing is, especially, well, particularly in the California market, is you just need to get your foot in the door. And you gave a perfect example of your clients where they were able to not only get tax write-offs, but build equity. So then they're able to buy their next property. But the main thing is getting your foot in the door and just getting out of that hamster wheel of renting with no tax benefits.
That's correct.
So you totally helped that couple as one example to be able to have home ownership wherever they were transferred to, which is amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing that you were able to do that and help them. So now, Betty, why did you want to become a VA certified agent? What were your main reasons for wanting to become a certified VA agent?
Well, the main reason is, you know, I really want to be a part, and I want to call it like a community of people that support and make a difference to our veterans by actually out there, by going out and doing it, making a difference. That's what I want to do. And, you know, it's my way of showing my gratitude for the sacrifices, you know, that the veterans and their families make. And to me, this is just a small gesture that can make a big impact on our veterans' lives.
Right. No, that's fantastic. I totally agree with you, Betty, and feel the same way that, I mean, these vets are literally putting their lives on the line. And yeah, it's the least we can do that in some way serve them and help them. Exactly. Because they are definitely heroes.
They are.
So anyway, Betty, now what is the best way for someone to get in contact with you?
Well, again, my name is Betty Kerr, BettyKerr, and my direct line to reach me is 760-250-9326. And my email is my name, Betty, Betty, D and as in Diane, Kerr @gmail.
Okay, thank you, Betty. And we can't thank you enough for being on the radio show today. And I know how many vets that you've helped, and I'm so happy to call you my friend. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. And I'm grateful that you're here to help me to help them. I couldn't do it without your help. Thank you.
Thanks, Betty.